So what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the JevMan316 Pop Culture Reporter channel. I'm your host as always, JevMan316, and welcome to what's going to be me possibly spoiling the first act of Halloween Ends for you. And how I'm going to do that? Well, you're just going to have to watch the video and find out. Let's talk Halloween Ends Act 1. Let's go. So if you've seen my past videos, I tell you, I just don't come on here and present one rumor when I hear it. I've read 3 different synopses from 3 different people, and I've pieced together the parts that are similar in all 3. So I'm going to go ahead and possibly spoil some plot points that I think are going to happen in Act 1 of Halloween Ends. So I'm going to give you time to step away if you don't want to hear those spoilers. But if you stay, that's what you're going to hear. So let's give those people a few minutes to leave. Oh well, you should be out of here now. So Halloween Ends, we're going to spoil something. So the rumor is that I've heard in multiple scenarios, the movie opens with a flashback.
Haddonfield.
And we don't get a cool 1978 flashback to open it. We get 2019. And who do we see? Corey Cunningham, who's the new main character. If you watch my recent video, I tell you how they changed some plot points about this character. Go watch that video. I'm not going to retread all that in this one. This is more about how Halloween Ends starts. So you get a flashback to 2019, and we're introduced to Corey. Corey Cunningham is babysitting, quote unquote, somebody. Now, he supposedly says he's not babysitting. He says he's watching a kid or helping watch after a kid. It's semantics. He's babysitting, so that's cool. Halloween opening with another babysitter type scenario. Supposedly the kid may be named Johnny. And so they get in a couple arguments about maybe what the kid's watching on TV. He tries to send him to bed. The kid's pissed off at Corey. Corey's making himself something to eat. Grabs a knife out of the kitchen when he hears something going on upstairs with the kid. He goes and runs up after him. Comes to find out the kid's tricking Corey. He pisses him off and I think locks him behind a door, maybe in the attic or something. Around this time, the parents arrive back. And as Corey is trying to bust out of the door that he's locked behind, it changes to a POV shot. So I think it's going to be some classic Halloween type music play. Well, he's going to accidentally swing that door open, going to have that knife. He's going to accidentally hit Johnny. Johnny's going to fall over the railing. He's going to see that happen through a POV shot as Johnny's parents arrive at the same time. So they see Corey standing there with the knife. They assume the worst. Police are called. Mayhem ensues. And Corey's taken away. And what do we see as Corey is being taken away by the police? We see Laurie Strode driving by, witnessing what's happening. Halloween night chaos all over again. Because, yeah, all of this happened on Halloween night in 2019. So basically the year, I guess, after the last 2 films. So supposedly that's where they insert the title shot of the pumpkin. I don't know what kind of pumpkin it is, but that's your title sequence there. And so after that, that's basically how the movie starts. You come to, I guess it's going to be 4 years later. I'm not exactly sure of the year. You're going to see some backstory a little bit about Laurie, how she's settling in, how she's left Michael in her past. Allison, what she's doing. Supposedly there's at least one scene with Lindsay in it, and maybe even Hawkins. I heard Lindsay doesn't have a big role, so I don't even envision her dying in this one. Maybe she could become the main character in more Halloween movies. I don't know. So they're all healing. The town is healing. Everything, is, I guess, reeling still from the Corey scenario, and they hate Corey. So Corey is having trouble getting past all that trauma, but I don't think he's going to end up falling in love with Allison. Look at my last video, like I said, where I give you a scenario of what they cut out based on the last test screening. But I do think that Corey is going to remain a main character. Somehow, something's going to happen, and Corey's going to end up in the sewer. Now, I can't get confirmation of why. So why would he be in the sewer? Is somebody chasing him? Maybe. Because somebody told me that, all those teenagers that are screaming in the trailer, that they're not Michael's victims, that they're people who used to bully and pick on Corey because of what happened. So maybe the way when they're screaming, that's different parts of the movie where Corey as Michael is coming after him. Now, how could Corey be Michael or look like Michael? Well, that's what the next part of the first act is. Somehow he ends up in the sewer. And you remember that part in the trailer when we did the reaction where the hand grabs Corey? I thought that that would be Michael grabbing him. Supposedly it's not. So once again, spoiler alert, supposedly that might be a hobo who's been helping Michael. And so, you know, where everybody thought that they saw a photo of a hobo and they thought it was going to be Michael Myers, kind of like the Rob Zombie Michael Myers with a hood, a beard, no mask. No, that wasn't Michael. Supposedly that's the hobo that's been helping take care of Michael after all of his wounds and injuries from Halloween Kills. He grabs Corey. I've heard multiple reports that there's a fight. Corey ends up killing the hobo, the person that the person who's helping Michael one way or another. That's how he ends up with Michael's mask, because the hobo had it, or he found it around that area where the hobo was. So I think that's probably how Act 1's going to end, with Corey, the trauma he's went through, establishing where Laurie and Allison are, establishing where Hawkins and Lindsay are, and Corey finding the mask and taking on the mantle of Michael Myers. And so I think the second act is probably going to be the soonest we're going to actually get a full-blown glimpse of Michael, even though you may see him throughout parts of the movie. Before that, it would only be glimpses, or maybe you think you see him. I think that you're not going to see Michael pop up into the second act of this movie, and that's one of the reasons that I think people have trouble with all of these different scenarios and all these different plot points that are coming out. Is they want Michael and Laurie. They want to tie up the series. Like I've said in all my other videos, don't add too much. Now, the good part is they focused it down. You get past this first act, I'm really hoping that it isn't just Corey with the mask going around and killing those people that traumatized him, like I said. I really hope that Michael is involved. Now, I've read some other things, but I haven't been able to collaborate and get multiple sources together to say how Michael and Corey interact. So I'm not going to talk about that in this one. I think this is basically all you're going to get in the first act. So let me know what you think of that. How does that first act sound in establishing where the characters are in life and who Corey is? Give me a thumbs up for trying. Like the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Tell them, Michael, hit the notification bell, because I know there's going to be more Halloween Ends videos as I start speculating more about the second and third acts of this film. So come back and watch any other video once you get notification, and I appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me. And until next time, boys and girls, this is JebMan316, your pop culture reporter, signing out saying, you guys be safe out there from the world.